Hey, welcome back. It's Woody. Before we get down to business, like and subscribe if this video brings you joy. And if it doesn't, you'll have to move on to Dr. Disrespect yelling at 16-year-old kids on Black Ops. A quick shout to new subscriber Big Stone Man. Thank you for the subscribe. Along with Thomas Gardet. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. Tomas? Oh, I'm sorry about that. I know you have an accent mark in there. Who now calls me Woody Jenner because I want to be a billionaire just like Kylie. And a final shout to Beachmaster's anonymous lady friend who enjoys my campy, dumb dad jokes. After a few years of hearing them, eventually you'll start rolling your eyes just like my wife. Isn't that right, honey?
Yes.
My wife Elisa is in here watching me record today. Alright, let's get started. Today's video is twofold. I want to add in a zoo between the downtown and the industrial port. This zoo will be inspired by the work that I did on a university that I built. I've been playing around with canals lately, and I think having a zoo with a water feature might look pretty awesome. Gonna start by knocking out this rail line and terraforming the whole area. I'm going to use the sloping tool to bring down the grade so that the railroad will have a more natural descent. As you can see, this is the canal formation I'm going to use. I'm not going to lead the canals out into the ocean just yet because I don't want to deal with the water rushing in, and it's important to note that canals work best if you terraform in advance as close to the water line as possible. Next, I'm going to lay down a one-way road over the canal. This is where the zoo entrance is going to go. Then I'm going to bring the rail line back in. When I'm laying roads or rails over a canal, it helps to turn off all of the snapping options except for the first one. I keep the angle snapping option on so that the road or rail stays on course. In other words, you don't want to derail the rail. Here's another little trick. I'm going to plop down some rocks where the canal opens to the ocean. This helps to cover up the terrain scars and gives it a more deliberate engineered look. Once the roads, zoo paths, and rail line is complete, I'm going to open up the floodgates. And then I just plop the different zoo features down. I put up a fence line around the railroad tracks because I'm sure the animals would love to hitch a ride out, and it prevents the zoo mascots from being mowed over in a horrible train accident. And I think it looks kind of cool having a rail line running right through the middle of the zoo. So here's a quick tour of the completed project. Now, a couple of episodes ago, I completed a small industrial port, but I wasn't 100% happy with it because it sat a little too high above the waterline, and I really wanted a ferry port. So I'm going to delete the whole project and build this thing from scratch. Never be afraid to delete an area that you're not satisfied with. Industrial ports and relationships, two things you should never be afraid to demolish and start over. Once again, I'm going to use roads to define the border, and then I'm going to let the water flood the area until it recedes, and then I can start over with the keys. Once the water calms down, I'm going to pause the game and add in the new keys. So here's the basic feel of the redesigned industrial port. This is the before. And here's the after. A much better flow, closer to the water line, and the ferry port should help with some of my overall public transportation needs. Thank you so much for watching. In the next episode, I'm going to start working on the downtown, and we are going to build Prince Harry and Meghan Markle a brand new house since they are leaving the royal family. It'll be a modest 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. See how they can handle living like the rest of us. We'll probably catch them dining at yakisoba. Have a great day, and we'll catch you next time.